Hey everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. In today's episode, we're going to be studying a piece by the established multidisciplinary artist known as Mandyland. And in this episode, we're going to be looking at the shimmering iridescence of this scene. We're also going to explore the sacred deceptions like a devil in disguise. Let's jump right into it. So at first sight, we're met face to face with what appears to be a devil wearing this shimmering iridescent cloak here. Some may feel rather unsettled by this introduction, while others may feel a sense of awe. There's this sense of duality certainly at play here. And the placement in center really draws our eye within this work, of course, also elevates the subject as the main focus. We see this further reinforced not only by this frame of this arch in the background, of course, contains the subject within, but also this brilliant contrast against that dark background, right? It just makes it absolutely impossible to miss this lone subject. And the format of this work is what we call a portrait, right? This, of course, displays the subject from typically the bust up, really a intimate visual experience, but we see, a majority of the subject's body there as well. So kind of a body portrait, if you will. Once again, giving an incredibly intimate visual experience with this lone subject here. And perhaps the most striking element of this work may be seen in the impact of light and color, right? We see this quite clearly. There appears to be a bluish green base, certainly the most common colors within this composition. But aside from that, we're offered a diverse range of tones from a hint of gold. We also have red, purple, and then that orange accent as well. And you may notice, this orangish red contrasts against the blue-green, much like a complementary color scheme. So they're kind of contrasting each other, and it even elevates the impact of that even more since they're such different colors. And perhaps the next element which is most striking within the scene, of course, next to the impact of light and color, may be seen in that of texture. We see this quite clearly, right? You have the, flowing cloth of our subject's cloak. You also have, say, the shimmering kind of shiny silver of our subject's cross as well, all of which immerse us so well within this work. They also mix with the aforementioned vibrance to, really combine and give an even further intensity of impact within this composition. I want to ask y'all, how do y'all feel when you view this work? Of course, our subject appears to be a demon of some kind or another. We see this most clearly by the eyes. They are slightly glowing with this reddish orange, and it is not humanoid in any way. Of course, we do have the body is reminiscent of a human, but the face is very alien and foreign in nature. So that sense of the foreign, of course, points to the sense of the demon here. It is kind of masquerading or trying to provide an illusion here. And like I said, our subject is wearing a cloak, right? And this is pretty interesting. The cloak is something which covers. It could be a disguise, something which deceives in one way or another. But this cloak is made of the shimmering iridescence, and the shimmering iridescence is typically associated with the divine. So on one hand, we have the demon under the cloak, but the cloak itself is very divine. It is very, sacred, and it shimmers with this incredible spirit. There is no doubt about that. The title of this work as Sacred Deception certainly points to the composition we're viewing here. I was talking to the original artist, and she said that there is a juxtaposition between, the kind of religious values as well as the contradictions within them as well. And we see this quite clearly. You have the cross, which is most reminiscent of the Catholic doctrine here, and that is typically associated with the most orthodox sect of Christianity. So there is a sense of the roots of religion within the composition at hand. And religion to many people can be a multivariate symbol, right? To some, it is seen as sacred. It is seen as, something which saved them in the darkest parts of their life, while others may see religion as a thing which is preventing them from their personal liberation. And, I want to ask you guys, what do y'all see when you view this composition, or how do you feel when you view this composition? Kind of like I asked earlier, all are very important when we're looking at this composition. Of course, it's going to invoke feelings for some and different feelings for others. But at the end of the day, this is a very stunning composition, very symbolic composition. There is no doubt about that. And the work before us is created in an AI generative art program that is going to be Nietzsche Journey. That is kind of a mix of Mid-Journey as well as something, I believe it's called Spellbound. But at the end of the day, it is a very stunning and sacred composition. There is no doubt about that. And the original artist, she creates a lot of different compositions, many which deal with the occultic as well as this kind of neon iridescent color palette, if you will. So I want to bring these in real quick, talk a little bit about the original artist and the work which she creates. So, of course, you can see in both these instances, really in all three instances, there is the occultic, right? You have witchcraft in the right and the left as well, and then you have some religious or occultic themes within the center as well. In all three instances, there's also the kind of shimmering iridescence, that neon, that sense of visual energy which is provided by color and light. I think we certainly see that in all three compositions. There also is, especially in these two works on the right, the sense of the portrait. You have, the body, very intimate visual experience with the lone subject which it presents. But at the end of the day, the artist creates a lot of different spiritual, religious, and occultic themes. I think there's no doubt about that. And I can certainly see she's getting ready for the fall and Halloween season. I'm absolutely excited for it. So yeah, just want to bring in these three compositions, brilliant sense of texture, brilliant sense of the occultic symbolism, as well as this shimmering iridescent, this intense neon light in all three instances. We absolutely love to see it. Once again, this is from the original artist Mandyland. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I really hope y'all enjoyed. We talked about so many different things from the format of the portrait. Actually just released a portraiture gallery, so if you want to check out some other portraits from a bunch of different artists, make sure to check that out. This is also one as well. We also talked about the shimmering iridescence, a sense of visual energy within the composition at hand, these stunning multivariate colors, as well as the multivariate symbolism of religion and the occultic as well. Once again, this is a devil in disguise and shows the contradictions of some religious values, and of course a multivariate symbol. It's going to look a lot different to some and much different to others as well. But at the end of the day, like I said, I really hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, go check out the original artist Mandyland. My name's Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.